Hello again, Leo. This is your mid-monthly reading for March 2017. We're going to be looking at the last 2 weeks of March for Leo and see what's going on. So before we begin your reading, I have 2 cards here for you. And I love what you pulled here. Faith and instinct, those to me are perfect together. So from Lay Vampire, you have faith. Trust, unwavering, and confidence. The blessing here says that your faith returns and you feel a true connection and comfort in your choices and plans. They are supported by the energy of the universe. If you have lost faith in a person, project, or humanity itself, it is time to examine the source of the faith. Know that it can be revived, and this time you may choose where you place this most beautiful and tender of faiths. And then on top of that, from Chakra Wisdom, instinct. Instinct talks about letting go of all other senses but pure instinct. This is also about being led by spirit. That spirit is leading you here to a higher ground and needing to trust in your instincts and know that they are finely tuned, not to doubt them. So, I feel like here you're definitely, between the two of them, you're being led by spirit, but you're also having a sense of faith restored to you right now in your plans and the decisions that you're making in your life. All right, Leo, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. I like seeing this for you guys. The Queen of Wands definitely represents a fire sign, which is you. But she is like the manager, able to get control of the situations and the people that are around her. This is about stepping into your own power. I love it. I love seeing this as the signifier. Now, this can definitely represent another fire sign coming through, but this is you. This is you taking control of what's going on in your life. The past coming through, the Five of Pentacles, it's no wonder why she's sitting there and then having faith and instinct. The Five of Pentacles is the past coming through, is saying that before there was this feeling of loss, rejection. The Five of Pentacles is like poverty and loss, but it's more about the fear of losing than it is actually losing anything. But usually when I see it immediately, I think of being left out, feeling rejected. So having that as the past coming through right now is just showing what, you have been through before. But again, seeing the Queen of Wands as a signifier is saying that you're getting control of this. Oh, wow. In the present, death. Death and transformation. And the big thing here with the death card is that, you're rising from the ashes here and you're creating yourself anew. And it's like you're tapping back into that power of the Queen of Wands. Death is one of those cards that, you can fear it, you can reject it, or you can accept it. It doesn't matter. It's still going to happen. But this is like transformation on a really deep level. Things are really starting to change for you. And you're recreating yourself anew here. The phoenix rising from the ashes. That's not, to me, that's something that's not being taken lightly. It shouldn't be, especially with the Five of Pentacles there, because whatever happened there has forced you into this situation here, where now you have no choice but to really go deep within. This is, on a very deep spiritual level. But with the Queen sitting there, the Phoenix rising from the ashes, the Queen of Wands, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's perfect. Future conditions. So, seeing the Eight of Wands, it's immediately, I see fast. It's happening quickly. There's going to be some quick changes in your life. It's not just something that you're going to sit in for a while, which is good because, being the card of Scorpio, if it was Scorpio going through it, they'd be sitting in it for quite a while. You guys are like, no, I'm out of it. Like, the past has forced you into this situation where you really needed to go deep within and then you immediately come out of it. The Eight of Wands, though, is, it's fast. It's a fast-moving situation and it's information coming quickly to you, but it's also about grounding your dreams to earth, which is the important part for me. Even though it signals things happening quickly, you're grounding your desires. So, you're not sitting in that death cycle too long. You're popping out of it quickly, but, you're grounding your dreams for sure. Faith and instinct showing up is perfect for this because, again, having faith restored to you in not only the situations around you, but, for yourself as well. Faith in yourself, following your instincts, and definitely being led by spirit, for sure. Your best path to follow. Wow. The high priest. Seeing that to me immediately says that, you're really going to get a higher understanding of your situation. Look at the fives. And I say this when the high priest shows up because, when shit goes wrong in our lives, that's where the fives come in tarot. All the crappy shit happens within the fives. And we're seeking understanding of why things aren't working out the way that we wanted them to. And back in the day, you would speak to the priest. Like, I'm not understanding. Why isn't God working with me? And that's where the high priest comes in. But this is like higher education, higher understanding, orthodox beliefs, where faith comes in. And doing things in the traditional sense. And with faith, to me, it almost suggests like having a renewed sense of your own faith and what you believe in, in order to get that understanding of why these things are happening here. But the way that you pull out of it is perfect. But there's a lesson to be learned here, is what I feel like, seeing the high priest sitting there. That's why I say getting a better understanding, a higher understanding of the situation. Learning lessons. And this is definitely you receiving a higher education as well. And then turning into the manager. It's perfect. In your environment, and you're willing to bust your ass. The Page of Pentacles, immediately it's hard work. There's hard work being done. The Page of Pentacles represents starting at the bottom of the ladder and working your way up, right? Doing the grunt work to get to that point where, you are starting to see the success of the hard work that you're doing. It's achievement through hard work. New opportunities for financial gain, new work. And again, it's the student. And there it is, sitting next to the high priest. It could suggest some of you going back to school and getting that higher education where, you're not feeling that sense of poverty coming out of the Five of Pentacles. Here it's like you're really changing yourself. Wow, Leo. This is really good. I like seeing the page in your environment because to me it's saying that new opportunities are going to open up for you to create more. Where in the past you feel like you had less, now you're really stepping into your power here. You're recreating yourself anew and you're doing it quickly, but you're grounding your dreams to earth rather than carrying this feeling of loss or rejection. It's perfect. It's perfect. Ooh, your hopes and your fears. This is a warning. Seeing the Three of Swords in your hopes and your fears, it's, doesn't necessarily mean that it has happened or will happen, which is why I like this position, because no matter what shows up, it's like, it's either seen as a hope or a fear. Now, to me, this is a warning, though, that if you're not willing to put in the hard work here, you may be left heartbroken. You need to really seize the opportunities that are coming through to you here, especially if you have a chance to get a higher education and become, like the Queen of Wands, getting control of your situation, being that manager, right, and creating success in your life. And the other thing, too, is looking at that Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, it's like there's this sense of, being separated, and it may have to do with people in your life. There may be this sense of separation going on because, again, the Five of Pentacles being left out, being rejected, But I really feel like seeing it in your hopes and your fears, it's a warning. It's a warning about not seizing the opportunities that are in your environment right now. Because your best path to follow is saying, hey, you need to learn a lesson here and get a higher understanding. And when you do that, those opportunities for financial success is what I feel like start to come through. I mean, you're going to have to work your way up here, but the hard work pays off. But you have to be willing to do it. And I feel like if you don't, there's going to be this feeling of heartbreak. Like, man, I could have done this or I could have done that. Like, and then, again, there's this feeling here, and it reminds me of one of the other readings that you had where, you're making these choices regarding your own life. But, like, the people around you just weren't understanding, And again, there's this fear of separation, But really, it's already been there. I mean, with the Five of Pentacles, that's already happened. But again, I really feel like this is a warning that, if you don't follow your heart, you're going to be left heartbroken. Because clearly you're wanting to get out of this feeling of loss and blah. Oh, and the outcome. Now I start to see what's going on here. So, seeing the Queen of Cups above the Three of Swords is no good. It is no good. I almost feel like looking at it like this person may be responsible for, you possibly not following what's here. Your best path to follow what's in your environment. Because what would the point have been in going through the death cycle if you're just going to be like, The Queen of Cups, this is a water sign. But seeing the Three of Swords underneath her immediately says to me emotional manipulation. Again, there's this feeling here where it's like somebody wanting to control you, but you're wanting to control your own life with the Queen of Wands sitting there as you, yes, stepping back into your own power. But, what the hell is she doing, right? Like, I mean, look at it, Immediately I start to question what her intentions are with that Three of Swords there, I would say that you really need to, question what the people around you are expecting out of you, Faith is saying that, you're going to have that sense of faith restored to you in your choices and your plans, not somebody else's plans for you, your plans, right? And again, when it says that you've lost faith in somebody else, you get to choose now where you put your faith. Right? I mean, do you want to put it in somebody who's going to lead you astray for their own purposes? Or are you going to put it in yourself, in your ability to ground your dreams to earth here? An instinct. Follow your instincts, especially through the death cycle. Because you're going through it quick. And it's leading you to that Queen of Wands. And you have opportunities here. Big time opportunities to get away from this feeling here. It's almost like this person rejected you, but now they're getting all pissed because your life is opening up. But like, wait a minute, you need to do what I want you to do. Like, you need to, emotionally fulfill me. And again, the manipulation, right? I don't know. Now, if you're looking at that as, you coming out, it's you being emotionally intuitive, but, I really feel like with that Three of Swords there, it's somebody that's like wanting to manipulate the choices that you make, is what I feel like. Live from your heart. This seems to be a reoccurring one, and I love that that's what you're pulling, especially if, you're surrounded by people who reject you, but then expect you to do what they want you to do, which is what I feel like is going on. Living from your heart, love and compassion, and again, having that sense of faith restored to you. Flourish, absolutely flourish. Oh, I love it, Leo. That is perfect. With the Page of Pentacles sitting in your environment right now, you have an opportunity to flourish. and to see success in your life. Surrender. Surrender. Surrender to that higher power. Instinct. Instinct talks about being led by spirit. Surrender the things that are not serving you so that you can live from your heart and then you can flourish. Wow, Leo. I love it. I love it because really, surrender when it comes to your fears, you need to surrender those worries and, definitely not allow anybody else to try to manipulate what it is that you choose to do with your own life. That seems to be like the continuous thing for you guys this year. And you have opportunities. The death cycle is like now you're being forced to see that. But I love seeing surrender because it's like letting go, releasing what you can't control. Allowing things to happen the way that they need to, but you need to be open to what's in your environment, so that you can flourish. I love it, Leo. I feel like, with faith coming through, again, you're going to have that faith restored in what you're planning on doing with your life. But you have to follow your instincts. Surrender and follow your instincts and allow yourself to be led by spirit to that higher ground so that you can flourish. Okay, Leo, so I really like the way that this reading played out, except for what may be blocking you. I really feel like there may be somebody that's like trying to manipulate what it is that, you have an opportunity to do in your life. And I feel like you need to be careful about the intentions of others that are around you right now. Because again, emotional manipulation is the very first thing that I think of when I see these two together. I feel like this person is like not wanting to see you flourish and to take advantage of the opportunities that are around you. And again, your best path to follow is saying that you have an opportunity here to get a higher education, a higher understanding. And then in turn, in your environment, you have an opportunity for more financial gain and wealth. Again, it's hard work. But, there are these opportunities and these messages coming through to you. And truly, you're trying to ground your dreams to earth. But, if it's almost like, you're here, you're there, right? Going through the death cycle. And here you are, the Queen of Wands. But, instead of seeing what your best path to follow is and the opportunities that are in your environment, you choose to focus on this instead. Which is where this heartbreak is coming in. But then I feel like this person is responsible for this shitty feeling coming through in the first place. So I really feel like you just need to be careful about where you are placing your faith right now, especially if you're placing it in people that are around you. Now, again, with instinct, you need to follow your instincts here when it comes to the people that are around you and what their intentions are for you, rather than the opportunities that are coming through for you to have more in your life. And what you pulled with soul trees, I absolutely love. Live from your heart, flourish, and surrender. Surrender. You need to let go of those worries in, your hopes and your fears of heartbreak and separation and all that. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything if there's somebody trying to control what you want to do with your own life. So you need to surrender that. Live from your heart, love and compassion, and then flourish. I love it. I feel like the messages are clear to you, but really it's up to you and where you place your faith. And again, the universe is supporting your plans here. Otherwise, this wouldn't be in your environment. You just need to be careful about the people that are around you and what they intend for you, because you have an opportunity to be something so much better than being rejected or heartbroken.